What's on, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Ross, I like games, and today we've got ourselves some new Digimon cards, except these are more exciting than your average Digimon cards. You see, the secret rares from Ultimate Power have gone and been revealed today. They are the ones we have been waiting on. The secret rares, both of them, back in New Evolution were nuts. So we're kind of excited about these two. And I'll be honest with you, right? Both of them are out and out, full on, proper job ridiculous. I'm not talking like, oh man, these look quite good. No, dumb. Like full on, proper job, over the top, dumb good. So let's start off having a look at BlackWarGreymon. And if you're thinking, hey Wossy, did those translations come from Jason Snowjack, the lovely dude from the Facebook group? Yes, they did. So BlackWarGreymon, then we have a 13 cost to play normally, which is high, 4 cost to evolve, which is high, 12,000 power, which is high. Okay then, sounds good to me. And what we've got here is a couple of skills. First of all, when your opponent has a Digimon in play with 10,000 DP or more, the cost to play this card from your hand is reduced by 6. So now all of a sudden it becomes a 6 cost, 12,000 power Digimon. And yeah, this changes a lot, quite frankly, ladies and gentlemen. This changes an awful lot. And the thing is, you're probably not evolving this. Like, this isn't a card you want to be evolving up all the way through most of the time. This is, if you get it in your hand, you keep it in your hand, you keep it in your hand, and then at some point your opponent drops a Digimon with 10,000 or more power, and you're like, boom, 6 cost. And this is going to be very interesting. Because at the moment, we see people playing stuff like Metal Tyrannomon. Now, Metal Tyrannomon is a level 5, 10,000 power. It's the only one, if I remember correctly, we've seen that isn't a level 6 that would fit here. But it's a 7 cost to play normally, 3 cost to evolve. It's a very powerful, very cheap level 5 Digimon, you know, compared to other level 5s. Very good. And up till now, there's been no real downside. But now, if playing this card is all of a sudden going to open the door for your opponent to play a BlackWarGreymon down, that changes a lot. And that is going to start running into the equation here, and I like that, incidentally. I know some people have said quite quickly that they don't like this card, that it's too easily teched into any deck. But I disagree. Because what I think here is it introduces more decision making and more risk and reward. If you play this card assuming that your opponent is going to play a 10,000 power Digimon and then they don't, you have just wasted spots in your deck, or you're forced to play it very, very expensively. Or you might be playing expensive, powerful Digimon in your deck. But you might see that your opponent's playing this and go, yeah, you know what, I'm fine. And then play the rest of the game just never going above 10,000 power to stop your opponent. And that's my point here. Yes, obviously this is great and brilliant and awesome and completely over the top. But on the other hand, it introduces more decision making, more back and forth, more risk reward. These are exactly the kind of things that I like. Yes, you can play it very cheap, but this is not in your control. It is in your opponent's control, and that's what I like here. Yes, this is potentially broken if your opponent lets it be so, and that is not such an easy thing to always rely on, shall we say. But that's not the only thing here. It isn't just a potentially 7 cost 12,000 power Digimon. No, ladies and gentlemen, it is more than that. When you attack your opponent's Digimon with the highest amount of power, you make this Digimon active. And you'll notice from the wording, whether you speak Japanese or not, there isn't that little coloured bubble that clearly says limit once per turn. Yeah. So what you can essentially do with this is actually take out every resting Digimon on your opponent's side of the field, just so long as you take them down in descending order of power. So you can go after their most powerful, and you delete it, and you make yourself active because you've attacked the most powerful, and then you go after the second most powerful and you delete it, and then you go back to active because it was the most powerful, unless we get a ruling to the contrary, and I don't really see why we would here. Essentially how this will work is the most powerful at the moment you attack, not the most powerful at the beginning of the turn. And now this just becomes even more nutsy, and I love this. It's a really powerful card. Because the other thing is, even amongst level 6s, 12,000 power is extremely high. Now, let's assume you're not boosting your power. There's a million different ways to boost power. But let's assume that you're not boosting your power, and let's just take New Evolution as a random example. If we look at all of the level 6s that came around in New Evolution, Red did not have any Digimon with more than 11,000 power, so they're all getting deleted. Blue did not have any Digimon with more than 11,000 power, they're all getting deleted. Nor did Yellow. Green did, incidentally. Green had Titanmon. But Titanmon was the only level 6, even in the entirety of New Evolution, that would be able to delete you back. Remember, you'd still take it down, but you'd get deleted and then you would be gone as well. Boo Hiss, etc. Now, obviously, your level 7s like Omegamon, yes, obviously they're going to take you out here. And we have seen a couple powerful Digimon from Ultimate Power. But then again, that's assuming you're not boosting your power at all. If you boost your power even a tiny bit, then you'll be getting any level 6 and maybe even some level 7s as well. And then you can just run through every resting Digimon your opponent has. Just keep going and going and going. It's a little bit ridiculous. You could use Kaporamon here, evolve it from a Digimon with Reboot. I don't know, let's say Toy Agamon. And then actually you do get that 1,000 power boost. That's just one example. There's going to be plenty of other ways to do it. I mean, all the colors have those option cards that give you a little bit of an extra power boost. Lightning Blade gives you an extra 1,000 power until the end of your turn. So that one would work rather nicely. My point is here that what you should legitimately be able to do is just run through your opponent's entire side of the board. All of their resting Digimon here should all be going down. That is good. I don't really have much else to add. That's awesome. So what we've essentially got here is a Digimon that you should be playing for 7 cost that can take out all of your opponent's Digimon unless they've got something 12,000 power or above. It gets a little bit silly, but having said that, it can be played around. If your opponent plays only 13,000 power Digimon or 12,000 power Digimon or whatever, then yes, they will be activating your skill, but you won't be able to take them all out because they'll take you out instead. Again, it's the mind games, it's a back and forth, and it's going to make the game more interesting. But we've also got Beelzemon here. 12 cost to play normally, 4 cost to evolve, 11,000 power. So moderately expensive, and it's got that 11,000 power that the majority, not all, but the majority of level 6s actually have. But once again, we've got skills which are, I mean, cuckoo bananas would be an appropriate way to say it. If you have 10 or more cards in your trash, you may evolve this card from your Impmon. Now at this stage, many of you are thinking, well, hang on a second, Wossy. Impmon's a level 3. This is a level 6. Yeah. Doesn't matter. You can evolve your level 3 right into a level 6. Impmon now, 3 cost to play normally, and then you add on the 4, so you've gone 7 cost right the way up into Beelzemon, or 0 cost to evolve from a level 2, and then you go. Now, I do not believe you would be allowed to evolve Impmon into Beelzemon in the raising area, because remember that as a rule, cards in the raising area do not have skills and cannot be affected by skills, so I do believe you would still have to bring it out of the raising area before you could evolve it here. But still, that's kind of redonk. And now I am adoring Impmon. I told you several times very clearly, I was not a fan of Impmon because it randomly discarded cards from the top of your deck, and I was going to need to see some cards that specifically took advantage of that interaction. Here's one. Because Impmon, when it gets destroyed, discards the top 3 cards of your deck. Well, if you discard the top 3 cards of your deck a couple of times, you're going to get awfully close to having 10 cards in your trash. And that's my point here. That is what Impmon does so beautifully. It gets 10 cards in your trash, and when you've got 10 cards in your trash, you can then evolve for free. Which means in the early game, you want to just leave Impmon out there to get deleted, discard cards on the top of your deck, but as soon as you've got enough cards, you don't leave Impmon out there to get deleted, you put Impmon out, and then immediately evolve it for free into Beelzemon. So even though I said it was a moderately expensive card, it's really not, because you should never really play it from your hand. You should just be paying nothing to evolve into an 11,000 power Digimon. Oh, and when you evolve, you destroy one of your opponent's level 4 or below Digimon. You don't get to get a 5, a 6, or a 7, but if you could destroy or delete a level 6 using this skill, that would be, frankly, dumb. Than it already is. I mean, to be fair, this is already starting from a place of, what? That's ridiculous. It is genuinely just like over the top at this stage. This is redonk. You can play a level 3 and evolve it into a level 6. And this is why we want random milling cards. When Impmon was originally revealed, I told you I wasn't a fan because you were milling random cards. Your Impmon could get destroyed and you could just mill all 3 of the Beelzemon that you've put in your deck, and then even though you could evolve it from free, they're not there anymore. That terrifies me. And I told you we were going to need some really good ways to play from the trash. This is a phenomenal way to play from the trash. And now all of a sudden things are looking very, very good. You also get to delete a level 3 or 4 Digimon on your opponent's side of the field. And honestly, that's nice, but that is a side benefit. It's an especially good, phenomenal, brilliant side benefit. But make no mistake about it, it is very much a side benefit. It's just stunning, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely stunning. So, yeah. This is a continuation of the trend, shall we say. Both of the secret rares from New Evolution were ridiculous, and these here are ridiculous. And I love them, and quite frankly, you should too. But I'd like to know your thoughts on them in the comment section, so go nuts, be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at the Wossy, where we talk Digimon and a whole bunch of other card games. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/btcgradio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all kinds of fun stuff. But by far the most important thing, as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching Wossy Plays.